Shoot, Vince, hold on 1 second. I just got a text from my girlfriend. She's live. Hello. Hello, McKenna. Hello, love. She just said she can't hear you. Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell, I had the microphone muted. Even
Okay.
when I fix problems, I don't fix problems.
Okay.
McKenna, can you hear me
Hey,
again? Can you hear me?
Finn Wolf is here.
Oh! Oh, Lord have mercy on us.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so we were just talking about and discussing how it's awesome how
Yes.
in Smash Ultimate they're finally going to incorporate the original 12 roster and then having unlocking characters be fun. Thank you. It's all good now. And unlocking characters be fun, and gosh, it's just so much more rewarding.
Gosh, it's gonna be so good. I am a little disappointed they didn't follow suit with the stages because I remember in like classic Melee unlocking like Brinstar Depths, which I'm so excited that's coming back.
Yeah.
Unlocking, I know people hate this one, but Poke Floats. Unlocking that was like, you get so excited at unlocking new things because you earned it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
oh boy. But while we're on the topic talking characters, like let's transition now from the unlocking to the actual newcomers that are coming in. And because I'm sure you've got opinions on this. I want to hear your thoughts on the whole Echo Fighter thing. Why can't I?
Okay, my thoughts on Echo Fighters. Ooh.
I know you've got
Honestly,
some.
it's it's an up and a down, Vince, for me.
Okay. Hit me.
Obviously, something like Melee had Young Link, Dr. Mario, Pichu, you name it, but they didn't give a title like Echo Fighters.
Yeah.
I feel like the developer now is using the title Echo Fighter not for justification to make it sound cooler, but it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're adding this new thing. But man, I'm glad they're making significant changes rather than just appearance, and they're making voice change.
Mhm.
They're making moveset changes, a lot more bigger moveset changes. But how there's Peach to Daisy, there's Dark Pit to Pit, Lucina to
Marth.
whatever her name is, Marth.
And Martha's
Um,
key. That's
Yeah,
canon
Martha's.
now.
Yeah, that's canon now.
Oh my gosh. You remember when you unlocked him in Melee and you're like, are you a guy or a girl? I can't tell.
Yeah, no one really knew. No one really knew.
The first gender fluid video game character of all time was in Melee.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
Fire
cool.
Emblem, I know, but still.
Exactly. So for Echo Fighters, for me, it's kind of just like it's a cool addition. I'm glad they did it. They couldn't have gotten away with not calling it Echo Fighters. If they didn't
Yeah.
give it a name, I think people would have gotten a little more mad. But now they have a title, so it helps.
I agree with that completely. One thing I like about the Echo Fighters too is the fact that they're not just I mean, they are carbon copies, but they have different animations. You look like in the reveal today, Simon Belmont and Richter, which we will get to later. Like they're very similar, but like their taunt animations are different. The way their moves work are different. Like with Simon, you throw holy water and boom, you get an eruption of fire. With Richter, I mean it's still fire, but it's blue fire. It's little less aesthetic
Yeah,
changes.
yeah, little aesthetic changes. That's what I like about the Echo Fighters. I think
Oh, yeah.
they have a lot to give, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and let's keep going about this and talk about the Echo Fighters that we've already received so far. We in the E3 we got the first confirmation for Daisy. We have returning Echo Fighters in Lucina and Dark Pit. Who else? And then the two that we got revealed today, Dark Samus and Chrom from Fire Emblem.
That is so cool.
That is pretty awesome. I think my favorite thing about the Echo Fighters is that it allows Sakurai to just kind of usher in a new character without having to do too much work. I don't want to say it's appeasement, but it kind of is. Like a lot of people wanted to see Dark Samus come into this game. And while you can make the argument that Dark Samus, you played more Metroid than I am, so I'm sure you already know this, but you can argue that Dark Samus could totally have her own unique original moveset, but working as an Echo Fighter, it saves time for Sakurai so that he can really put in the work for this game. And the work that he's put in.
Kind of like a fanfare or like
Yeah.
really, really provocative looking Asian ladies in anime.
Not touching that topic. So anyway.
Oh,
Oh, that's a topic for a whole nother video, kids. Anyway. But yeah, I really like it. Not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed to see Chrom, though, coming in as an Echo for Roy.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like Roy is the Echo Fighter for him.
Almost. Like, And I think my disappointment just comes from the fact we have another Fire Emblem rep. That's God,
Is
how many
that
Fire
9?
Emblem? Huh?
Is that 9 Fire Emblem?
9 or something. Let me see if I still have the character roster up. I don't think I do. No,
It's
I shut it
interesting
down.
to think that Pichu is its own character, and it was never considered an Echo Fighter in Melee either.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I think there's a point and a purpose to be made with that though, because Pichu, like stats, they're only slightly, but they are a bit different. Like, and plus the fact you have Pichu will damage itself during its own attack. You know, it's like
That's
if
the
you've ever
difference.
played Street Fighter, it's like the Dan Hibiki of Super Smash Brothers,
Hmm.
and yet it still manages to be so cute. So figure that one out.
So we got literally Dark Samus, Daisy, Lucina, Chrom, Dark Pit. So
Mhm.
5 Echo Fighters.
Yeah, and then we've had today would be 4 new characters revealed. We have first and foremost we have the Inklings. Then during E3, Ridley was announced, which I know you've got opinions. I want to hear those.
Yes.
And then today we got Simon freaking Belmont, which everyone was talking about online that he was going to be in the game, and
Finally.
you got King K. Rool in the game as well, which I feel like
I was definitely so on board for King K. Rool.
oh my gosh, it's hard not to. Let's come back to King K. Rool because I got a point to make after we talk about him a little bit more. Let's start with the first one that came up though. When Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was announced, the very first new character that we got was the Inkling. It was right there in the announcement for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yes.
Yes, and oh my gosh, like I'm a huge Splatoon fan. Have you ever played?
I have played Splatoon 0 times in my life.
Ah, heartbreak. We got to get you that game because, especially now that you've got a Switch again, we need to get
Yeah.
you Splatoon 2 so you can play because, oh my gosh, Chase, that is probably one of my favorite games, especially to play online.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
I will say I am a little concerned about the Inkling from a stat perspective because during E3, you remember that big Smash Brothers tournament they had?
My friend was actually there.
No kidding.
My friend was there. He finished second in one of the tournaments, in one of the local tournaments, not the major ones with the Smash pros.
Oh my gosh, that's dang good for him. He's gonna have
Yeah.
to teach me how to play sometime.
Speaking of that, what you say, he said the Inkling has the best movement in all the characters.
Hallelujah. And see, that was my biggest concern because I was watching people play as the Inkling. And granted, that was the first time anyone has ever played as the Inkling. But it felt like the Inkling was so weak. Like I was watching him and he had no smash. He had movement and he had a little agility, but he didn't have those big finisher moves that a character needs.
Yeah, he has like this really cool now like ink thing where you can like cover the stage in ink and like he uses his ink as his own ammunition and it's like monitored and that's a really cool addition. But that may be like a setback in his power.
Yeah, especially well, I was about to say especially when you consider the fact that he has to recharge his ink. But it seems like it recharges very quickly. Plus, the ink is a huge advantage to the Inkling because the more ink a enemy character has on it, the more damage it's going to take.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
the Inkling, it's like it feels almost tech demo-y, but I feel like they totally nailed it for the game too. So that was very well done.
Yes, I agree. So I'm glad you have the same opinion of it as the Inkling as I do.
Yes. All right, and now having covered that, let's go ahead and move into Ridley. Why don't you go ahead and take the floor on this one?
Oh God, Ridley. Can I be honest?
Please do, bro. Please do. That's the point here.
Okay, not to bag on Ridley. I'm so glad he's in the game, but this is such a stupid, minute like thing. One of my opinions. I think they did the trailer so poorly.
Really?
But hear me out. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you're gonna say that. Like literally, like I love how like it shows Samus walking and then Mario's, then Mega Man's falling behind, just showing their feet. Super cool. Everyone's getting the idea it's Ridley, and then Ridley's tail swipes Mario, then it swipes Mega Man, and then you already have the concept and idea of Ridley in your head. I'm more of that kind of person where when a trailer is shown, I like when it reveals the idea of the character smack dab right then and there. Like this is the character that's getting revealed, not like slowly revealing and like I know I'm thinking Ridley. Okay, it was Ridley. It like dumbs down the hype. Even in a trailer, I was watching at Nintendo Direct live at New York. Everyone that was watching the trailer saw the tail swipe Mario and swipe Mega Man. They were all like, "Yeah, it's gonna be Ridley." But but there was no hype. And then when it said Ridley is here, oh my gosh, everyone was like, yeah. It was like, I mean,
Really?
for such a character that's hyped for Smash, they didn't hype the trailer, you know? They like dumbed down the trailer. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense, and I get your point, but I don't know, like, for me, that felt like a build-up, and I feel like the payoff... I have a completely opposite opinion. In fact,
That's
you know what?
crazy.
It's only... hold on. Sorry about that, folks. It's only a minute, 36 seconds, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it over to another scene. I'm actually going to go ahead and play the trailer for us. Still working on it. All right, and it is playing.
Cool. I see it.
Also, bear in mind, I have the volume cranked up to the max, so just don't shout.
Okay. I love camera shot. Camera shot's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. Also,
So,
I should go ahead and let you know right now, you and I are actually not live. This is on a totally separate scene, so... Oh wait, it is picking me up.
So as soon as all that happened, everyone knew it was Ridley. And like, it's like, wait, you saw Ridley's reflection? Go back, go back. I did not notice that. I'm watching my video on myself. I'm gonna watch it myself really quick and see if I can notice it. I see what you mean. It kind of hypes it up a little more, but just from the look of the live Nintendo reveal in New York, where there was 30 people in one room, it felt like I wish the crowd would have exploded. Not to have put any expectations like Smash fans, but there was no explosion of Ridley is finally here after 20 years. There was none of that. It was kind of just like you knew as soon as Samus was walking around. You knew as soon as Mario and Mega Man were following Samus. We all knew it was Ridley.
Yeah,
agreed. I wish there a way for it for the hype to happen a little more. Like,
yeah.
But that's the only problem I had with it. But nevertheless, Ridley is in Smash, and that is super exciting.
And his moveset looks so hardcore. I think they're going to need to buff him a little bit. Like, his speed was decent, but he kind of had the same problem that Inkling did. I didn't see any of the really big finishing moves, and the big finisher that he does have, his tail spear, the down B, it looks incredibly difficult to pull off unless you're in a one-on-one match.
Right.
So
what do you think? We're going to be thinking about really quick about one-on-ones and how competitive are you going to be in Smash Ultimate?
Competitive play? Well, here's the interesting thing, because Sakurai has always said that Smash Brothers was meant to be for casual gamers, and that's kind of been Nintendo's shtick for the past couple years. Now, having said that, in more recent years, we're seeing like tournaments for Splatoon and ARMS, two of Nintendo's newest and greatest IPs, I think. Admittedly, I haven't played ARMS yet, but a lot of the people that I've talked to who have love the game so much. And I believe ARMS was even at EVO, which is one of the biggest fighting game tournaments of all time. You have Street Fighter, you have Tekken, you have Super Smash Bros. Melee, the original Melee, still at EVO. So the intention is for it to be, everyone can get into it and enjoy it. Now, having said that, the competitive community is obviously competitive. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that one. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. Like the developers made Melee, and it was a mistake. Melee was a mistake, and they said like, oh, it wasn't supposed to be anything like this. But so many mistakes that were made were captured by by hearts of so many people, captured the hearts of so many people, and they made it into a competitive scene. And now it's rated the number one most competitive game ever played.
Okay, I gotta ask. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta ask you because I know your history with Melee. Are you saying that Melee was a mistake from a developer viewpoint or your personal viewpoint?
Oh no! It was the developers said it was a mistake. The developers said it was a mistake, and that's what shocked me too. That it wasn't supposed to be this big of a game. They didn't think it was going to get that big. But over the years, in like 2000, because it came out in 2001, in 2007, that's when it started getting very technical, and people started finding exploits, L canceling, wave dashing, all these things to incorporate in the game that made it so much, the meta so much bigger, and that's what makes it the biggest game in the Smash community today. Is because they're still finding things out of a 2001 mistake.
Oh yeah. Real quick, since because you mentioned it, can we take a moment to acknowledge how many people were absolutely angry that wave dashing did not make a return?
It actually did, Vince.
What?
It is in Smash Ultimate.
Really? I didn't catch that at all.
Yes, look it up, dude. Look it up, man. Okay, so check this out. So they brought back midair. So in Smash 4 and in Brawl, they have midair dodges, but you can fall from it.
Yeah, I remember those.
In Melee, if you midair dodge once, you have free fall.
Yeah.
So you can't move out of it. In Smash Ultimate, they're trying to combine the two, right? So they're trying to have you be able to do it a couple times, but not all the time.
Gotcha.
So you can wave dash like once in one match, but then you can't do it anymore.
Okay. I actually did not pick that up because I was watching the tournament and I know a guy was trying to do it. I think it was Mango was trying to do it, but he couldn't do it for some reason. So I figured, they brought the aerial dodge from Melee back, but I figured because Sakurai said that wave dashing was one of his biggest pet peeves with Melee. No surprise, given the man we're talking about, but still.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, science. All
I
right.
think that's when I was looking at
Chase, you're cutting out really badly, bro.
Oh, sorry. I think I up a window.
You're good. Let's give that a second to buffer and catch up. Okay, yeah, you're lagging kind of badly, actually. Let me try closing a few windows. Well.
As soon as I opened one of my windows, it started getting bad.
Yeah, I hope that's not my side of things. Let me double check my task manager here.
It might be mine, too. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where I live out in the middle of freaking nowhere, so my internet's always garbage. I'm surprised that the stream has held out, this long this time.
That's true.
Anyway, let's keep going. So today we got 2 new additions besides the Echo characters we mentioned earlier. Freaking Simon Belmont.
Okay, I'm a huge fan of Castlevania. I want to hear your opinion on Simon.
See, I never really got to play the Simon Belmont, the Castlevania games, because when I was a kid, my mother, even to this day, my mother has a huge thing when it comes to video games. She does not like them at all. So when Castlevania originally came out, I never got the chance to play that. Now, having said that, I would not mind going back and replaying them just to get a taste of the character.
Yeah, to get how his actual gameplay is in his real game to compare it to Smash Ultimate.
Yes, oh my gosh. And I will say this, like I said, I've never played the Castlevania. I'm not a huge fan of the character, but that freaking reveal. Oh, my science. Seeing
that
Luigi.
Was insane. That was real. As soon as I woke up and I went on your Twitch, you were already streaming it, and I was freaking out about that reveal.
Oh my gosh. Seeing Luigi go through Dracula's castle with a freaking poltergust. Trying, to scare off mummies, evade Medusa, the freaking mask girl, I don't know, the one with the weird purple blood drip, getting reaped by death. Oh, I freaking lost it. I feel terrible because my audio was cutting out so bad during the reveal this morning. And I was only half paying attention because I was trying to get everything up and running again. But that reveal was so perfectly on point for the character reveal.
Yes.
So good.
I for one have not had any experience with Castlevania, but I know my friend Forrest has. They said they wanted to put it in for so long,
Yeah, Simon Belmont was on Sakurai's list for a while, actually. I think They were originally going to put him into the fourth game, but you know, game development, you got to make cuts and stuff. Bowser Jr. was the last character to make it in before they started rolling out the DLC. And even then, when they did roll out DLC, they started with crap. Who was it they started with again? I think it was the Fire Emblem Dragon Girl, wasn't it? No. It was Mewtwo, Roy, and Lucas from Brawl and Melee. Pardon me, I'm all over the place.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think about this really quick? About instead in the trailer when they announced Snake, it said "We're all here."
Everyone is back. I lost it.
Everyone is back. When it made that comment, it obviously shook everyone in saying, "Okay, now everyone in every Smash game is now here." So my question for you, Vince, is this the last Smash game?
No, I don't know it. It's like Pokemon. At this point, Smash Brothers, it creates way too much hype. It's way too popular for Nintendo to ever let it die. Now, the real question I think we need to be asking about it is this the last Smash game that Sakurai will be working on? Because that's going to be the real question. Smash will be coming for years, I guarantee it. Whether they'll ever be able to pull off something like this again, that's a totally different topic, totally different video. But honestly, I think this may be Sakurai's last game with the Smash Brothers series. He quit Kirby early on because I remember in an interview he said that people imagine the sequelization process for a video game just happens naturally. That's what people assume. And that after they're done playing a game, Jace, where'd you go?
Yeah, I'm right
here. There you go.
I'm just at the charger.
And once they finish a first game, they're instantly ready for the sequel to come out. And he got tired of the sequelization process with Kirby, and I feel like that's something that's happening with the Smash Brothers series. If I've got a script I'm hammering out for this actually on my YouTube channel, but I feel like Sakurai, starting in Melee, he instantly regretted his work in the project and getting involved with it again and again and again. And I feel like that's something that has shown through the adventure modes, the Subspace Emissary, and whatever Smash 4 had going for it. Because you see in the first game, you had Master Hand, who loves to create. And in Melee, you have Crazy Hand, who loves to destroy. Taboo, very cross-arm, closed-off, very adult-looking figure. Not the kind of thing we see in Smash, with the exception of characters like Snake. But that final fight felt so somber,
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, I haven't gotten to play that much of it. I haven't even touched the adventure mode for Wii U and 3DS. But I know about the last fight where, it's the most, when you beat Master Hand, you have this black mist coming out and it puts up the most aggressive fight ever. And once you get past all these different phases, it just turns into the Smash logo. It just drifts into the center of the stage and it just waits for you to kill it. So,
what do you think of that type of submission from the last boss?
I think that Sakurai, recognizing that he's going to be back for the project, at least at the time of the creation. He was putting up a fight because he said after Brawl he was not going to return for another Smash project, that he was done with the game, that he was not going to come back to it. But then in a later interview, he even said, I don't want to go back to it, but I do have trouble imagining somebody else in my place leading this project.
That's the problem. I don't think I feel like no one can follow those footsteps.
It's hard. It's so hard. You look at how old was Sakurai when he created Kirby? I don't know, 12 years old maybe. He was young, and he created a video gaming icon that totally changed the scape of Nintendo. How many people do you know? You have Mario, you have Pikachu, because Pokemon's the second highest selling game right now. Especially after Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which were some of the best Pokemon games to come out in recent years. And then you have Nintendo characters have always been so recognizable. Don't know where I was going with that, but
we were just talking about how amazing it was for Sakurai to create something at such a young age, and how someone's going to follow those footsteps. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to make another Smash game. I think someone else is going to try, but it's just going to leave us disappointed as fans.
Here's the thing. I feel like, because Sakurai has made 4 Smash Brothers games. We had the beginning, which was interesting. It was a unique concept for Nintendo, and it did well for itself. You have Melee, which many argue obviously more competitive scene guys, but many people argue that Smash Melee was the pinnacle of Smash Brothers. Then you have the awkward teen phase in Smash Wii U and 3DS, and now we have Smash Ultimate coming up. So as long as people actually care about the project, and I don't believe Nintendo would allow anyone who didn't care about Smash to take over. As long as they care about the game and the world that Sakurai has developed, I feel like we may not get Sakurai level, but maybe something close to it. Maybe that's just the optimism in me, but
Okay, on a perfect transition, Vince. What do you think of the knockoff Smash games that everyone's trying to replicate? Slap City, Rivals of Aether, two really, really solid games that look just like Smash, and people are trying to replicate it.
oh, so many people are going to get so salty with me as soon as I say this. But I don't pay mind to those games. I recognize them for what they are, and
Can I be honest? So do I.
Yeah. Like, and here's the thing. I love indie games. I do. I've played a little bit of Shovel Knight with my buddy Alex. He guy's like a brother to me, just like you. I downloaded the 2 Shantae games for the Switch, and I know what happened to Shovel Knight was tragic, getting the assist trophy. That was, I mean, he's in, but it was, kind of a middle finger to the character, I feel like.
You're right. Like Waluigi, it's kind of a disappointment.
Kind of a disappointment, but with Shantae, I'm still holding out hope because she's an indie character, yes, but she's had so much history with Nintendo. Her first games, she's always been Nintendo exclusive up until recently when she was put up on Steam as well.
Really? Dang it! I wish we could keep talking. Dang it! There's so many side conversations that can happen. But Shantae could make it in because they're not done yet.
Oh,
At the end of the tournament, he said we are still not done. We're still trying to get bugs and fixes for it. And for the direct today, when it was filling in King K. Rool and Crom and Simon, it was filling in those spots. I paused it and looked for any other slots that looked empty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when they filled in during the big banner photo. And there were a couple of empty slots. So now, will those be filled with newcomers or Echo Fighters? That's really up in the air. We've got 3 months until the game comes out. I feel like worst case scenario, we're going to get 3 more newcomers. Best case scenario, we could get as many as 6 newcomers that we still haven't seen yet. And that's not counting Echo Fighters, though.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
sorry.
No, you're good.
Good point. Slap City and Rivals of Aether. Those 2 games are only doing. I honestly believe they're only trying to do that because of such a love for competitive Smash, and because here's the thing: it's not just Smash they're trying to replicate. You have to understand they're trying to replicate Melee. They're trying to implement all the type of tech skill Melee has. No one wants to replicate. Brawl. No one really cares about that. They have L canceling. They have wave dashing. They have wacky characters. Like, they're trying to make it new and fun and charge it for $7 on Steam, and they're doing great. And that's what people want. But here, my problem, the thing I noticed was I think that the developer was looking too closely at Rivals of Aether. I don't think anybody else thinks the same way as me, but hear me out.
Hit me.
In Rivals of Aether, when you get hit, there's a type of hit stun that happens where it feels like there's a little lag to the hit stun, and I feel like Smash Ultimate looks exactly like that.
Really?
If you look closely, when you get hit in Rivals of Aether, it has the same kind of look. It's so hard to describe, but when you get smash attacked in Smash Ultimate, you go really fast and then you slow down. But in Melee, it goes straight off. In Smash 4, you go straight off. It's like this. Smash Ultimate has this weird knockback feature to it now.
I
use the word knockback really harshly because that's what happens when you get hit. It looks really awkward and finicky, and I really hope they fix that because it looks nothing like that in all the other Smash games.
Oh yeah, and I bet you were cringing when they were showing off that training area and they were showing off things like that with the measure markers and everything.
I wasn't cringing at that. I think that's
really
amazing. That's good for skill. That's good for tech skill.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's amazing too, and I feel like that's a point we need to come back to because we totally skipped King K. Rool in our sidebars here. But I was talking about when they were showing the character, flying and that little knockback loop.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yes. I was cringing at that even more because it showed more of that because it just reminded me of Rivals of Aether.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy, we're gonna have to come back to that one. I don't want to forget this guy because I'm sure this is the one that either the most people were cheering for him or most people felt so trolled and upset by him. Probably going to be divisive, maybe not. King K. Rool climbs aboard.
Oh my gosh, the reveal for King K. Rool.
I was dying when DDD came up. Spoilers for anyone watching. All three of you. If you haven't seen the King K. Rool reveal trailer, go watch it now. Oh my gosh. In fact, you know what? No, I don't want to play it like I did the Ridley trailer because if I do that, I'm gonna lose Chase. But oh my science,
You
that
gotta
was.
watch the trailer. I'm gonna watch it again and again. It's
Oh, it was so true. But it was so beautifully done. I feel
but
like.
get this exactly because they've been okay. This is the most character reveal trailers Smash has ever had in history. So the developers are like keep making these character reveal trailers,
Yeah.
and they're finally like, okay, people are loving these so much, let's troll them into thinking that this character is not going to make it.
Yeah. See, when they did that and they revealed DDD, I thought we were going to get Dixie Kong for a split second. Because
Yeah, what exactly? When that was showing, I was like Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, Chunky Kong, Lanky Kong. I was naming all the Kongs.
Although I feel like Funky Kong's going to come back as an Echo Fighter for DK, if I'm being honest with myself.
He doesn't look like DK though,
Well,
and he
I
doesn't
mean,
same things.
well, I mean, but here's the thing with that. Look at Dark Samus as well, and that's another character that we could talk about who could totally have their own unique moveset, but is still being made into an Echo Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
I
the
guess
same.
I guess being a grandpa and having a cane, I would disagree and say Dixie Kong's Diddy Kong's Echo Fighter would be Dixie.
I would totally agree with you on that. Like, instead of his tail attacks, though, like, she would be using her hair, I feel like.
Exactly. Something as simple as that. Like, there's too many. There'd be too many like things to try to change for Cranky and Donkey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I wasn't talking about Cranky Kong. I was talking about Funky Kong.
Oh,
Or being
Funky!
DKs.
Oh my gosh! I was thinking. Okay, maybe.
No. If Cranky Kong will never get into the game, but if he does, he totally needs his own
He's a
unique
little
moveset.
old. Yeah, that's a problem.
He would be another joke character right up
Yeah,
there with
yeah,
Pichu.
he would totally be another joke character.
Oh my sorry. But back to King K. Rool. What, like, oh, so excited, man. What do you think of the moveset that they're toting out for this guy?
I wish. Okay, so, is his counter his belly?
It looks like it. He looks like he has a down B where if someone attacks him, it'll bounce off his belly and he'll just counterattack it right there. I mean, we've seen plenty of counters before, but I gotta admit that's probably the most unique counter that I've ever seen.
I'm so glad it's in.
I am too.
Let me. Okay, what do you think? What do you think about his moveset?
I think it's interesting. I think it's unique. I only played the Donkey Kong Country games once in my entire life, and even then
really?
it was the original though, which did have King K. Rool. I was a little bit surprised to be honest though, because King K. Rool, he's a fan favorite, and people have been climbing the mountain, screaming his name up to the heavens. But he hasn't been relevant in so long. He hasn't been relevant unless you watch the Donkey Kong cartoon back in the 90s. The one and only game I remember him being in was that Donkey Kong Country game. Even in Tropical Freeze, he failed to show up. Unless there's DLC coming down the line, which Nintendo's getting into these days. Could happen.
That's true.
But going back to the moveset thing, though, like, I think the one thing I'm super excited to try out is that freaking cannon gun. The one that shoots, sucks it back in, and then shoots it even harder.
Yes, from Donkey Kong Country 2. Yep.
Mm-hmm. How about you? What's your opinion?
Oh my gosh. As I'm just watching the trailer and reminiscing of what happened like 2 hours ago, it's such those bloodshot eyes and like
oh my gosh,
blue gem holding his cape, his big belly. Like, you're right. He hasn't been relevant. He's only showed up in freaking in like Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, and like
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of those
That's
three
right,
games, all the Donkey Kong Countries,
Yeah.
and Tropical Freeze, and Returns, and Donkey Kong 64, one of the best RPG.
Oh my
RPGs.
gosh, they better bring back the full DK rap.
They better bring back the whole DK rap. I swear. Donkey Kong 64 was one of the best games of all time, and just looking at this character and seeing him come back is just a thrill for that Donkey Kong series. Because
Absolutely agree.
there is no Donkey Kong characters besides Diddy and Donkey, and they're like, what are they gonna do? There's only two in the whole series.
Yeah, and now that we've covered him, actually, I want to bring up something that I noticed right before, or was it right at? No, it was right before the reveal for King K. Rool. In the very first screenshot, you saw Mario and Peach against Bowser. In the, I think it was the next one, or another one of them, you saw Samus against Ridley. Another one, you saw Fax and Falco going against Wolf. And then they
Yes.
reveal DK and Diddy Kong going against King K. Rool. I feel like that's going to play into some sort of a story mode that Sakurai is working on, where
Oh my gosh, you're so right, dude.
we're seeing a tremendous amount of villains get,
Wait
equal
a second.
footing.
Wait a second, Vince. You're on something really hot because I'm watching this trailer and his final smash is him being on DK Isle and King K. Rool being on his island, and then the final smash looks like it's a whole story smorgasbord of something happening where DK runs after him, and there's this big
At the end of the trailer, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then another one I totally skipped. Forgive me, Father Sakurai. But you had Kirby going against Meta Knight. Now Meta Knight's always been here nor there. But I'm seeing a lot of villains being added and a lot of heroes being pitted against their own villains. And something else to consider is the fact that, and granted this is just speculation, I'm not saying I believe this because honestly I don't, but a lot of people are saying that Shadow is going to come in as Sonic's Echo Fighter.
I would agree. Ooh, wait, he's already assist trophy though.
He was an assist trophy. We haven't seen him yet for Ultimate. We've seen
Are you
Knuckles,
sure?
actually.
Are you
100%. I've scoured the internet for that one. Granted, that's the only reason why people seem to think Shadow's going to be Sonic's Echo Fighter. But imagine if Sonic got Shadow as his Echo Fighter and we really did see this hero versus villain thing.
Who else would be missing, Vince?
We got Fire Emblem. But that one has so many representatives, and honestly, those games have never really had a moral compass. Like, it hasn't been as clean and simple as good versus bad. Now, you can look at it that way, but the source
Yeah, it's all
for Fire
subjective. It's all subjective. You're
exactly. Fire Emblem, good versus bad, it's so totally subjective.
Right. But
And
I
then-
think you're right. I think Sonic's. I think you were you've been doing your research, little boy. I feel like
I watch YouTube.
yeah. I feel like Shadow will be eventually in Smash Ultimate. And going back on the title screens, I think that green one on the bottom left might be Heroes versus Villains story mode.
That's what I'm thinking too. I definitely, maybe not to the same caliber of what was that one for Brawl? Subspace Emissary.
Yeah.
But I definitely see, because that one was so freaking ambitious, and while it did a lot right, there was also quite a bit that they didn't quite pull off, But having said that, seeing another like villain versus hero Super Smash thing going on, oh my gosh, for a story, that would be freaking phenomenal, I think. And that would be the smartest thing to do for a Super Smash Bros. Single mode. I mean, yes, you have targets. You have, the original game had the platforms. You have you have Classic and All-Star mode.
All-Star, yeah.
But having said that, the things like Adventure Mode in Melee and the Subspace Emissary and Brawl are something that's totally uncomparable to any other mode in the game. That's my opinion, at least.
I completely agree with that opinion, honestly.
I'm glad.
There's something that's totally different about that kind of game mode, and after you've noticed this kind of hero versus villain thing, I think they're going to do something with it. Like that was such a cool introduction that you noticed. I didn't even notice that. I thought they were just like, oh, this is just another Smash thing, but no, those are all heroes versus villain.
Oh yeah, and here's something else. Oh wow, we already updated the wiki with all this. The one concern that I do have with that is that we do have a number of key players that are missing potential villains. For example, you have third-party characters like Bayonetta and Cloud, and the way things stand right now, I don't see other characters from their franchises getting in. Maybe their developer, like if Square wants to throw in Geno or Sora, I know is another very popular pick.
Okay, Geno, I know a lot of people have always wanted Geno.
Oh, people have been clamoring over the wall trying to get Geno into Smash. Now, whether it happens or not is another thing because he's owned by Square. Now, I do think he edges out Sora because Sora is actually owned by Disney, not Square Enix. So Nintendo would have to go to bat with Disney in order to get Sora into the game. Plus, then you have the cluster that would be for his for his assist trophy. Would it be Donald and Goofy, or would it be? Well, I guess Riku would make more sense for the time, but you know what I mean. Now, having said that, something else I want to bring up is that, like we saw in Subspace Emissary, you could easily edge those out with boss characters. Like how we saw Rayquaza being a boss in Subspace Emissary. We saw Ridley has been a boss for a long time. In the Mega Man level for, in Smash Wii U and 3DS, we saw the Yellow Devil come in. And his, So I feel like they could fill it out with bosses, but
I'm honestly also really excited about being able to play with my best friends over
Oh my
online.
gosh.
And like that's
Yes.
just gonna be so much fun being able to play online with friends.
Oh, especially for people like you and me. For those of you who don't know, Chase Racer and I, he's in California. I'm in Virginia. We are literally on opposite ends of the United States.
That's
And
awesome.
I think since I left California, I've been able to come over and see him once. He's come over to see me once. Geez, we're actually a couple years overdue for a visit.
Hmm.
But that's something we can figure out later. But online server is going to be so good, especially with everything that Nintendo is planning with it. Like, Virtual Console is still a little up in the air, I think. But
Okay, can we talk about that?
we may want to save that for another video because,
This is
like,
special.
exactly, we're here talking Smash, and I don't want people to get upset because we're going off topic or whatever. I mean, granted, there's only one viewer, but I definitely want to I want to keep doing this with you, Chase. I feel like this talk is like so much fun.
Boy, I'm really enjoying this. This is getting my nerd gears.
Oh my gosh, it really is, and same here. Um, yeah, what I don't know. What I've been talking for a while now. What about you? What have you got to say about the new modes that we've been shown, and especially that blurred menu? Let's start drifting toward there a little bit.
The blur. We were just trying to talk about that for a little bit. It was green. I don't know if the color has anything to do with it, but gosh, Vince, I think you were the closest. I think it has something to do with an adventure mode, something to do with a hero versus a villain. But if they bring back like a Subspace Emissary adventure mode, I truly believe they're going to do that because
Agreed.
I, for one, Vince, I have never been a fan of Smash 4's menus. Like, get real, Nintendo. I'm sorry, but these menus were awful. Like,
Careful,
they,
careful, because you're insulting Sakurai's wife right there, bro.
his wife?
His wife is the one who developed the menus for Smash Wii U and 3DS, and I think she did it for Smash Brawl.
Sorry, Sakurai's wife, but that was not a very good design.
Okay, touche, touche.
I am insulting your design right now. It just none of it made sense. Like single play when you like typed in like single, like that's where the main Smash was. It's like keep it simple, keep it easy, keep it concise, and nothing will go wrong. I feel like there was too many things everywhere. There was things in places that didn't need to be there. The biggest mode they tried to sell was where you're like on a Mario Party looking board.
Oh, I heard a lot about that. Now again, I've never played 3DS or Wii U, but yeah, you would go around the board trying to collect characters and buffs and debuffs for your opponent and stuff like that, and then you would just kind of randomly.
That's the problem. They made that the biggest hype for Smash 4, and no one cared about it. No one liked it.
Quite the opposite. Exactly, quite the opposite. Everybody, despised it. They were looking for more single player, which honestly, if going back to the menu thing from this morning's review, I feel like that green is all the single player options. I feel like you have your Brawl party modes, and then you have your single player, which is probably going to be like Home Run Smash. I guarantee is coming back. Target Smash may or may not. Obviously Classic, obviously All Star, and then some kind of adventure subspace mode.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm looking. Okay, it's called Smash. I'm looking at the menus right now, and it has Smash, Smash Tour, Games and More, Challenges, 3DS, Profession Online. Literally, Games Mode and More is where everyone's favorite things was. You know what I mean? It's like, if it wasn't the biggest one, it was like the smallest one of the blue and to the right. It just didn't feel right. It had solo, it had everything you wanted in it, but it was just like...
Yeah, I'm pulling up the menu. Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Why don't I remember? Why don't I remember it being this bad? I like I said, I played on the 3DS. Why don't I remember it being this bad?
Type in Smash 4 menu, and the second video that pops up is "This really sucks."
Oh yeah, I've seen that thumbnail before when I was just browsing YouTube, trying to because everyone is reporting on this game right now, so finding news pretty easy to do. Oh man, I don't remember.
I'm looking at the Smash Ultimate menu, and it looks great. Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 easy things to go to.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up myself. Ultimate. I type in Super Smash Bros. Menu Ultimate, which that in and of itself is its own problem. But the first thing I pull is that thumbnail saying this really sucks.
Type in Smash Ultimate menu.
There we go. There we go. Oh shoot! I just noticed something. Are you looking at the Smash Ultimate menu?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see on the far right where it has a little drop down menu and it has like the house, the mail with the one on it.
Yeah.
Notice the second one down under the house. It is blurred out.
Yeah. I wonder what that is.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to tie in to the green menu in some way. I imagine it would, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
Okay. What do you think of the really cool art they're doing? Like, if you look at the, like in the like, I love the art, the art style of
Yeah.
the characters.
Oh my gosh, it is so freaking gorgeous. And while we're on this topic, we've got to talk about the Fountain of Dreams.
Yeah.
It looks so beautiful. Oh, I loved it.
Yes. I'm looking it up right now.
Me too.
Yeah, the Fountain of Dreams looks so much better.
And not to say it looked
Okay.
bad before, but oh, it like the HD touch up has done wonders for the stage.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think of Oh shoot. Dang it. No, never mind. I forgot. I'll think back to it
Well,
later.
that's okay because this allows us to segue into the next topic. Since we've already covered no, wait. Let's talk before we hop off. Let's talk characters we want to see, just because I know that's a big one that everyone gets hyped about when talking about new characters. And we talked about Shantae,
So
but
I want our top three, Vince. Top three characters you want to see in Smash Ultimate.
okay. Shantae, definitely one of them. I feel like with her games and her moveset, it would be a match made in heaven. I know I kind of talked down about this one already, saying I don't see it happening, but Sora from Kingdom Hearts, that is my dream pick. I would love to see that happen. I recognize it probably won't, just like Shantae, but oh, how awesome would that be to have the freaking Keyblade wielder in the game?
It's like too much of a dream, you know?
Exactly, but still, grr. Dang it. As far as a third one, that's actually an interesting question because I don't have a set third character I'd love to see happen, but I have a number of little characters that I'd be like, if they came in, I would love to play them. Like, for example, I think one of the favorite ones right now, again, never going to happen, but Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. Oh, no. You know what? I lied. I do have a third one. Decidueye. Decidueye for Smash.
Decidueye.
Yeah, from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Gen 7.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry! I like the Grass Owl Archer. Try saying that 5 times fast.
He was in Pokken Tournament.
Yes,
I mean,
but I think that lends to the idea that he will be in the game. He has pretty much become the starter face for Gen 7, like Charizard is for Gen 1. And then you have, bollocks, you have Greninja for Generation 6.
mm-hmm.
You know? So I feel like that would give him a really good edge. Now, having said that, a lot of people are saying, no, it's not going to be Decidueye, it's going to be Incineroar. Which, personally, I'd be a little disappointed, but that would be, that would be what it is.
I think they're done on Pokemon, to be honest.
I don't know. I'd have to disagree with you on that one, because every game since the first one, we have always gotten 2 Pokemon reps added every time. In the first game, it was Pikachu and Jigglypuff. In the second game, Melee, it was, we had Mewtwo and Pichu. The third game, in Brawl, we had Lucario and the Pokemon Trainer.
Okay.
And granted, this is, in the fourth game, we had Greninja was added. And granted, you can make an argument that he wasn't a new character, he was just returning. But he was on his own on this one, so I'm going to count him anyway. You had Charizard coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, but he was part of the Pokemon Trainer.
He was originally in the third game, but notice they didn't bring back Ivysaur or Squirtle. They just brought back Charizard. I feel like that, I feel like...
Oh, he was like his own character. Okay.
Exactly. Before he was in a group, then he was his own character. How about you? Let's, I gotta stop talking and stop hogging the spotlight here. What do you think, Chase? What are your top 3 I want these guys in Smash characters?
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Well... For me, oh man,
Take
I'm
your
an
time.
obscure. Vince, I'm an obscure guy.
I've noticed.
I am not one to say like, oh, this main line character from this game. Like, I am very,
Yeah.
but I'm not that obscure where I'm like very, very indie Nintendo game. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
grab a random character from a Nintendo game that only 5 people have played. I want a character that is in a Nintendo game that no one really cares for or looks at that much.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, don't forget you
honestly,
can pull third party too, because third party definitely a thing, and like you know. So
who was your first that you wanted?
the first one that I said I wanted was oh dear lord, this is bad. I said Decidueye. I said Shantae, half.
Oh yeah, Shantae.
Half genie hero.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like her moveset would be phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like you have to really think about the moveset of the character too and how that fits in. But let me think.
While you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to say, like, I've noticed with a lot of the assist trophies that they've been bringing in, and we can get to that after you talk about your top 3, but a lot of the assist trophies have been, like, these are characters I could very easily see having their own moveset, but they've been given the assist trophy status instead. You look at Zero today, or Alucard would be an even better example from Castlevania. Alucard, he had at least 4 moves that we saw. He had the Mist, he had the Bats, and I can't even. I think it was like some sort of sword uppercut move.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he had smaller other alternate attacks. Knuckles, something very similar. We saw Knuckles burrowing, uppercut, gliding. Zero, another one. He had a charge beam shot. He had, close combat shots. He was moving left to right and like dodge roll kind of thing. Well, not dodge roll, but like dodge sweeps. All these assist trophies that I'm seeing, Shovel Knight's another one, could totally have their own moveset and to a degree have their own moveset. They're not like, come out, do something flashy, and then take off. We do have those characters, like the move.
Right,
The
exactly.
Legend of Zelda.
I love how they did it in the trailer. They showed that they have their own HP and they can be destroyed just like a regular character.
Exactly. And what's more, you get points if you destroy the assist trophy.
Right. Dude, oh my gosh, I
You're
haven't
3.
thought about this question in a long time. I don't know any characters I want to be. Okay. Personally, for me, I'd probably want one from like Paper Mario.
I could see that. From
the Paper Mario series.
Here's my one concern about that is that the only real character you could pull from Paper Mario is Paper Mario himself.
What about the party members?
I don't feel like they've got enough traction behind it because look at all the Paper Mario characters who have come and gone, and how many of them really have enough traction, not only to be requested by fans, but to fill out a moveset. Like in the Thousand Year Door, you had like I can't remember names. The Cloud Woman. You had Goombella, your very first party member. You had the Koopa. In the first Paper Mario game, you had the rich Boo girl. I never played the first Paper Mario.
Yeah.
You had the bombs, the pink bomb in the first game, and the
Bad.
salty sea bomb in Thousand Year Door. So I don't feel like any of their assist trophy status. Absolutely, I can totally see that.
You raise a really good point. I feel like you're bringing up that I'm understanding what you mean by traction now. They don't really have that much traction.
Yeah, they don't have entire fan bases.
I guess that's why. I guess I want to see my favorite childhood game come to the big screen. I'd want to see other people experience what I experienced when I was 8 years old.
Totally agreed.
So that's the only reason why I'd want to. The other character, even though I've rarely played Super Mario RPG. I think Gino is one of my favorite favorite characters. I want to be in, or Mallow, another assist party member. But those also could be assist trophies.
Yeah.
But the one person I'd want to be in Smash Ultimate is Lanky Kong.
Lanky Kong, really?
Literally Lanky Kong, #1 choice.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Because he's not even really a Kong, he's an orangutan.
Yeah, he's literally such an obscure character that only showed up in Donkey Kong 64.
And you raise an interesting point bringing up Lanky Kong right after talking Geno. Because Geno, very similar to Lanky Kong, he only appeared in one game. And then after that, he was never heard from again. Lanky Kong, you only see him in the Donkey Kong 64, never heard or seen.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, so that's probably the only character I can think of right now, but
Understand.
everything else doesn't have that much traction, like you said.
Yeah. And that's the problem, though, with just sticking with Nintendo characters at this point, I feel like. Because all the Nintendo characters that people are demanding, people like Crystal from Star Fox, Waluigi, Ashley from the WarioWare, they're all being put into assist trophy status instead of
Yeah.
playable character.
Yeah.
Bomberman,
hmm
a perfect idea for, well, maybe not perfect, but a character who definitely could have held his own as a Smash character, playable character.
This is what frustrates me. Why don't they just get rid of stupid Echo Fighters and just replace all those with real characters? Like, if they got rid of all those and put in Bomberman, Waluigi, and like all those other characters as real characters.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with the Echoes is that it's so much, like, you can make 3 Echo Fighters in the time it takes to make one unique character.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing about it. There's so many characters out there that, yeah, they could have a unique moveset, but they could, just as easily use movesets that are already in place. Dixie and Diddy Kong, for example. Funky Kong and Donkey Kong. Let me get off the Kongs here. Shadow and Sonic. You have Daisy and Peach. All these characters who, could they have their own moveset? Yeah, absolutely. Look at Fox and Falco. They're another unique one. Um, but they
But
can
here's
just...
the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the stupid part about it. In Smash 4, you can change Olimar's skin, and you have Alf.
True. Yeah.
Just changing skin. You don't have to. You don't have to change. You don't have to make a whole character.
But the thing about that is that Alf was, an Echo Fighter, an early version, no different than like Lucina and Marth. But
No, he wasn't an Echo Fighter. It was just it was completely just skin.
touche, touche.
Same thing with Corrin and Robin. They were just male and female. It wasn't really an Echo Fighter. It was. I think it was just giving the idea or the foreshadow of this might happen in the future, and it did.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Because it's just frustrating. I don't know. I don't see why they have to do that and make. That's why the first thing we talked about was Echo Fighters. They just made it this thing when it didn't really have to be a thing, just to put in more characters. I mean,
Yeah. But again, I feel like that boils down a lot to, Sakurai's trying to make this the ultimate Smash, and he's brought in a lot of characters that so many people want. And Dark Samus and Chrom we got today. Perfect examples. So many people were asking for these characters to be playable. And, the best way you can do that quickly while maintaining all the other fighters you want to bring in who are unique, people like Simon Belmont and King K. Rool, Ridley and the Inkling, they need their own unique moveset because there's nothing currently in Super Smash Brothers that is even remotely close to what they're capable of. But with these Echo Fighters, they essentially could just use the exact same moveset and be fine. Now, Sakurai did go an extra step and change up the animations and taunts and stuff. But even there, if you look at Peach's little wink taunt and then Daisy's, victory taunt, they're essentially the same. They do a little spin. Peach will wink. Daisy will, put up the victory sign. A handful of frames difference, but, it's not nearly as time consuming as putting together a whole new character,
Yeah, and I think it's a really good choice on him. Where like in character select screen, you don't have to have the characters completely separate. You can put them up right, and it's a little more
friendly.
Friendly. I wish they had a picture. So that means they're still not done with characters then?
Oh, absolutely not. Or at least they're done with characters and they just haven't announced them yet, which I could see happen.
When's the next direct?
That is a good question. I think the earliest we can expect it would be sometime in September, because I could see it being once a month that they reveal new information. I couldn't see any more than that.
Okay, well, it is August.
Exactly, and it's early August, too. We're just barely more than a week into August.
Well, this December 9th is when it comes out, so 4 months and tomorrow the game is released.
Yeah.
So 4 months. And then
4 months.
I know. Have you gotten any GameCube controllers?
Not yet. I need to reserve those while I'm still waiting to start my new job, and once I start generating a little bit more paychecks, then I'm going to be getting back. And not only the GameCube remotes, I am going to get some of those just because I feel like it would be easier than buying a crap load of Joy-Cons. But another thing that I want to do is I really want to pre-order the new, the Wave 1 amiibos that are coming out. You got the Inkling, Ridley, and Wolf. 3 characters that I love the fact they're in Smash Brothers.
Uh-huh.
So, and my Smash Brothers amiibo collection right now is so thin. I've got Lucario, I've got Mewtwo, and I have Ike.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, check this out, Vince. I just sent you a link. Check it out on Skype. What do you think of this?
Working on pulling it up now. Hang on.
Yeah, you can cover my face with it if you want.
I don't think I need to. I'm just trying to figure out. Come on, work with me here. Why is it not working with me? Hang on. Shoot. Oh, that's why. I'm clicking the wrong thing. Oh, gosh darn it. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I know you got a big black hole right there, but... shoot. Why is this not working? There we go. There's the chat button. Oh, that's unique. Oh, and you went all the way over there. Hang on. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle includes a GameCube controller. Oh, dude. My gosh.
Right?
Hang on. I'm going to... Oh, I can't put the link on the stream. I'm going to pop it in the chat. Hang on. I'm going to try to pop it in the chat. We'll see how this works. But holy cow, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I just got to pull up my dashboard, and I should be able to pop it into the chat. That is so cool. Okay, and it says it sends. But then again, my Twitch dashboard has always been a pain in the rear, so...
Oh, I can see it on my end.
Okay, good. Then I'm not going to worry too much about it. Wow. Releasing alongside the regular edition on December the 12th. Wait a minute. On 0712. Chase, did you read the bottom of this page here? Or like midway?
What does it say?
It says releasing alongside the... and this is a tweet from the Nintendo of Europe. Oh, it's from Europe. That might be why. Oh, crap. Releasing alongside the regular edition on July the 12th, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Limited Edition contains a copy of the game, Nintendo GameCube controller, Super Smash Bros. Edition, and a Nintendo GameCube controller adapter. Now, what sticks out on that tweet to me? July the 12th.
Yeah, that's Europe. That's when it's released in Europe. December 9th is when it's released in the U.S.
Yeah, no, I get that. But here's the thing. We're well past July the 12th, unless they're talking of 2019.
Oh.
You see what you see?
Releasing alongside the regular edition on 7/12.
I don't know if that's just a typo or if... Oh, I'd feel so bad for Europe if they had to wait to get the game.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Not so much.
Anyway, I just think it's really cool. I already have a Switch.
Yeah,
I got it for my birthday. I'm really excited to buy Smash Ultimate. I'm super stoked to play this game.
Same.
I'm really excited to see how Super Smash Bros. 64, Melee, Brawl, and Smash 4 all combine to make the Ultimate Smash.
And it's Sakurai we're talking about. He's made a handful of mistakes, like, Smash Wii U and 3DS, but he's done so much well. I really feel like he's going to pull from that. And he's going to come out on top on this one. I think this is going to be like the title says, it is going to be the ultimate Smash experience. And I'm so excited.
I'm really stoked to see this.
This is good.
What character do you really want to start maining?
Maining Inkling, hands down, not a question in my mind.
Because you've been playing a lot of Splatoon.
I have been playing so much Splatoon, and it's cracked into my top 3 at this point.
What? Really?
Yeah. My number 1 game of all time, ever since I played it, Persona 5.
Okay, that's a game I've heard a lot about.
Yeah, my number 2 is going to be Ape Escape, the original Ape Escape game, just for nostalgia reasons. That was one of my first games I ever got into.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
And then Splatoon 2, just for sheer gameplay and fun factor, easily my number 3.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Persona, Ape Escape, and Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Inkling, you're gonna main.
How
For
about
me,
you?
I'm probably gonna stick to my mains in melee. If
Of
they change a
course.
lot, I'm not sure. But Sheik and Fox are my number one go-tos.
Yeah.
But man, I don't do. It's like an overwhelming sensation of how many characters there are. So
Yeah. I mean,
it's
we're
gonna take a lot of time to like analyze every character, their move set, how they do,
oh
what
my
they
gosh.
do, their matchups.
And we're still, you said it yourself earlier, we're 4 months and a couple weeks away from the game's actual release. So God only knows what kind of buffs and nerfs are going to come. We got some great look at the tournament at E3, absolutely. And we're still
Yeah.
getting released gameplay footage from, different events around the country, around the world at this point.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so interesting to see. I mentioned it before, and maybe just because I haven't played the character myself, I really hope the Inkling from Splatoon gets a buff. I feel like Ridley needs a few harder smashes, a bit, especially for his character type.
Yeah.
Um,
So for me, really quick, for me,
yeah,
I'm really excited to this makes me sound cocky, but
hit me.
in the area I live in, I am would consider to be the best melee player, but I am trash when I go to tournaments.
No, see, here's the funny thing is I have played against you, and I've played against some of your friends. Against your friends, it's actually 50-50. I could win, I could lose. With you, I don't have a freaking prayer. It takes a miracle from God just to stand up to you.
See, that's what I'm most excited about. In Melee, like, I've put in so many hours, so many days of practice and tech skill, and it's my favorite game. But here's the thing. I got a glimpse, Vince. I got a glimpse of how much I'm playing and how much people
Note everyone,
don't
he
like
got a
playing
glimpse.
people don't like playing with me because I beat them all the time and they don't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not so much
excited-
fun when you're a punching bag.
I'm excited about Smash Ultimate because it's a brand new game. It's a brand new tech.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to jump in with everyone else into this melting pot of game and be like, you know
Yes.
what? We're all entering this in together. Let's rage. Let's do a
Mhm.
one-on-one. Let's do Final Destination. Boxes only, no items. You know what I mean?
And Sakurai has said, like, how many changes, small, subtle changes already that have been made to characters. Like, you look at Marth. In Melee, his, sword dance combo, I always felt was a little clunky. But you look at it in Ultimate, and geez, it is fast, it is quick, and it gets right to the point.
Really quick
Hit
on
me.
that. So
Okay.
if I'm looking at my Switch controller,
Yep,
the A and B button,
yep.
if you push them at the same time when you play Smash Ultimate, performs a simple and easy short hop fair or short hop aerial.
Oh, no. That's jump and A button. A and B button at the same time does, like, the quick smash attack.
Last time I watched the trailer, it said A and B pushing them together does a short hop aerial.
I'm pretty sure it is the jump and the A button.
Whatever that was, the jump and A
Regardless,
button, that's what it
that
does.
mechanic.
It performs a short hop aerial instantly,
Yes.
which frustrates me because short hopping in Melee needed added skill to it instead of pushing a button.
Yeah.
So in Melee, you have to push the button really softly. Now in Smash 4, you can short hop by pushing any type of button.
Yeah, well, two levels, but yeah.
Exactly, 2 buttons.
Mhm.
So they're making it a lot easier for everyone else to make it maybe to improve the competitive scene for other less mature players, I should say. Not less mature, but
Less
like
experienced.
less experienced players to able to accomplish these kind of combos.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, dang it, they're making it easier for the other people to do it.
Well, you also got to remember, Sakurai is coming at this saying that Smash is meant to be a casual experience, has always meant to be a casual experience.
yeah,
And
that's what
yes,
he's trying to tell us. Yeah.
And yeah, and I guarantee you, though, you're not going to be disappointed. I guarantee that you're still going to have a competitive scene. I guarantee you're still going to be able to kick my butt every time I pick up a remote to play with you.
I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know. The winner of this tournament was a Smash 4 player, and I hate Smash 4.
You got a valid point there. Well, were you playing Melee or Brawl?
What?
Pardon me. You said you lost to a Smash 4 player, 3DS and Wii U. Were you guys playing on Melee or 3DS?
Oh,
and...
no. I said the winner of the big tournament for Smash Ultimate's release was a Smash player.
Oh, crap. What was...
His name was Zero.
We were
name was
talking about the
Zero.
tournament at E3, right?
Yes.
Hold on. Was it?
Zero won the tournament, yes. And he was a Smash 4 player.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See,
So it
Sorry,
worries
go
me
ahead.
that it'll play more like Smash 4 because I didn't like this playstyle of Smash 4.
See, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I think, I mean, I see your concern, and I think it's a valid one, but I also disagree with it. I think it's going to be okay. Oh yeah, it was Zero. Didn't Zero come out of retirement just for this tournament?
He did. He did.
I thought so. Um, what was I going to say? I see your concern. I think it's a valid one to have, but I also think you don't have anything to worry about. I think with Smash Ultimate, I feel like they're taking bits and pieces from things that came before, yes, but they're taking the best parts and pieces that have come before it.
Right. I completely agree because my friend says once that game comes out, he's dropping every other Smash and fully focusing on Smash Ultimate.
Oh, absolutely, and it's easy to see why. There's so many new characters. Like tallies out like what 70 now.
Oh my gosh, dude, probably more.
Oh my gosh, it's so many characters. You got, and there's more coming out all the time, and there's still so many speculations. And this is just main playable characters. We're not even getting into like items. You know, we have 103 stages, nearly 900 songs, including the menu option songs.
I'm so excited for that.
That's going to be so good. That's going to be
I'm
so
sorry,
phenomenal.
but I am very, 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 very thankful for them to incorporate all the different types of music.
Yes. Now
You know me, Vince. I'm a music guy, and I'm so glad they're incorporating all these new songs. Oh, from every type of game. I'm really excited. Like,
Yeah.
wait, how good is my quality?
You're coming in perfectly right now. I think.
Tell me if you can hear this, because I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs they have in in Smash Ultimate.
Let's hear it.
So it's a Kirby song.
Of course.
I've been recently getting into a lot of good Kirby music. Can you hear this?
I can hear it. It's a little glitchy though.
Okay, so
Actually-
Grasslands 1
Mm.
is the song I've been listening to a lot, and it's just phenomenal bouncy tune, and I'm really excited to see what other songs they're gonna add. You know,
Yes, I totally
because
agree.
when they say 900, I'm thinking, okay, they're adding like almost every song from every game.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. They added 34 songs from Castlevania series alone. You look at just the freaking history of Mario, all the songs that Mario and its series has come out with, including the spin-offs like Mario Kart, Luigi's Haunted Mansion, the sports games, for crying out loud. You have got such a rich pool of music. And you know the funny thing is, even with that 900 song, the 900 songs, I guarantee they haven't even made a dent into all the different songs that they could play.
Oh no, not even close, because
Not
of
even.
all the new Nintendo games that have been coming out.
Exactly. Oh boy, we've got so much. And you know the funny thing is, we've been streaming already for like nearly an hour and a half now, and we've barely covered. We've covered characters, kind of character hopes, but we've still missed out on so much new Pokemon that are coming in for the Pokeballs, assist trophies. Stages. And we've touched a little bit on each of those, but there's still so much you can get into with each of these topics. And it's easy to see how people are online reporting on these things and making a living on it. And
I completely agree, yes.
you know the funny thing that I just realized?
Yeah.
We've actually got way more than that, because you mentioned this guy earlier. You have Alf from Pikmin, who's an alternate skin of Olimar. And then you have the Koopalings, alternate skins of Bowser Jr., Iggy, Larry, Lemmy, Ludwig, Morton, Roy, and Wendy. And it's like... And yeah, granted, those are, arguably Echo Fighters. But... we are going to have our work cut out for us when the game finally launches with all the characters.
I know. There's so many.
Oh my gosh.
There's
Oh,
so
man. All right, so it is 2:36, and I know you've got somewhere to be, and this feels like a good stopping
Hey,
point.
we have 3 minutes for a 3-minute closer.
Okay, 3-minute closer. What do we want to talk about? No one's really been active in the chat, which is kind of disappointing, but...
Oh, dang it. I was
Okay,
gonna
you know
say-
what? I got the perfect one. An assist
What?
trophy that you've seen that you wish was a playable character.
I'm going to say it, Waluigi.
Waluigi? Come on! I I'm sorry, he has done nothing to earn a spot. He doesn't even have his own video game unless you count the villain appearances in Mario Kart and Dance Dance Mario Revolution.
Oh
Or Mario
my
Dance Dance,
gosh.
whatever.
That is
He has done.
so funny.
I'm sorry. He's done nothing to earn a spot.
Okay, fine. I don't like the design of the new Bomberman, but if it was Bomberman Hero from Bomberman 64, I would choose Bomberman.
Okay. I'll give you slack on that one because I agree with you on that one. So that's why
I honestly said Waluigi because all the fans were like, "Oh, Waluigi." I'm like, whatever.
Did you see that meme?
Yes. Of him
Sit
in
down.
prison.
Try not to wah wah.
Yeah. Try not to wah.
Hang on. Let me see if I can pull it. I think I got it right here, actually. Let me. Yep, I got it right here. Copy link address. Let me see if I can add it without crashing my system here. Media, streams, devices, game capture, screen capture. Let me do. Dang it. Hang on, I'm just gonna see if I can. Oh, bollocks, hang on. Ah, nothing's working right. That one right there. I'm sorry, Chase, I had to move you out of frame for a split second, but that right there. Lie down, try not to wah, wah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, he's done. I know so many people want him, but in my mind, he's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing to earn a spot.
Yeah.
And again, that's, I will admit, personal opinion, just a personal opinion, but anyway.
Dang it. Yeah, it's okay. I don't really care.
Yeah, I know you don't. You're just happy to be getting a new Smash game, I think. At the end of the day.
Yes. Once again, my final conclusion thought. I'm just excited to play a new Smash game.
Yeah.
Just to say that because that is a loaded statement in of itself. I'm excited to not be the only one. I'm disappointing too many people, man. I'm disappointing too many Smash. I don't like it anymore.
No. You're not disappointing anyone. And just ahead, well, I mean, you kind of are right at this moment because you're really cutting out. But
oh, sorry.
No, you're good. That ain't your fault. That's probably my internet acting up again. Now, for myself, assist trophy status, I was actually disappointed. There were two that really disappointed me. I'm gonna go with the bigger one though. Was crap, which is the bigger one? I'm disappointed by now. Because I'm disappointed with Shovel Knight getting the shaft and Ashley from WarriorWare. Because I feel like both of them could have been phenomenal playables. But I can only pick one, so I'm going to go with Shovel Knight. Because Shovel Knight would have represented something so much more than himself. He would have represented the entrance in for indie characters. People like Shantae. Yeah. People have made jokes about this, but Sans from Undertale. You know, just... especially the past couple years where games have not always been the best. Nintendo's been doing phenomenal, but, you know, other AAA kind of, for lack of a better term, it's kind of sucked. But the indie scene has stepped up so much, and it was so refreshing to see phenomenal games. Like, you had the Five Nights at Freddy's series. You had Undertale coming out. Shantae came back out. Just so many phenomenal characters, and I feel like...
In my opinion, you're right. I think Plague Knight should be a feature.
Yes, I think what they should have done is they should have made Shovel Knight playable. Other side, Plague Knight should have been the assist trophy.
Oh my gosh! What if Shovel Knight and Plague Knight are the Echo Fighters?
I'm not a fan of that, just because I feel like Plague Knight he's so totally different from Shovel Knight.
Yeah, with using magic instead of a shovel. I get it.
Yeah. Plus, he's got like a ninja Grim Reaper feel to him, you know?
So he would be the assist trophy. Shovel Knight would be the character.
Exactly. And then maybe down the road, he would get the Little Mac treatment, go from assist trophy to playable, but that would probably not happen as much as we would all love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, I feel like that just about... I almost said it feels like it wraps it up, but it really doesn't. There's so much more to talk about. I'll tell you what, me and Chase will be in talks. We'll see if this can happen again next week or maybe down the road again after another direct or something. And, you know, Alternately, I still have my own stream coming up tonight at 7. I'm going to be playing the PlayStation exclusive game Vampire, which looks to be, yeah, it looks interesting. I picked it up when it dropped, and I never got the chance to really play it. I played like the first 10 minutes, I think. Never
Nice.
got to play more than that. So I'll be doing that stream tonight at 7. Hopefully my internet holds out. Chase, anything left you want to say yourself?
No thoughts, Vince. I'm just excited to play Smash. You're right. Let's try to make this a monthly thing, like 3 more streams maybe before the game releases,
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, if we
and then
could,
maybe once the game releases, well, you should stream it.
Oh, yeah. Right now, actually, Chase, let me tell you off camera because I do have some ideas for Smash Brothers, but I don't want to say it online because we have all of 2 viewers. But if one of them is who I think it is, I don't want them to come up to me in a couple months and say, "Hey, you said you were going to do this. Are you still going to do this?" And then I get to, feel upset
All
when
right,
I
sounds
say,
good. You can sign up Twitch. We'll stay on Skype. Thank you, friends, so much. I love listening to your opinions. This has been a great time.
Yeah, honestly, if we are going to do this again, I would love to do it again in a couple weeks because, like I said, there are so many more things we did not get to talk about. And I would love to cover some of those topics. Not only, like, more in-depth on the stages, but also more of the assist trophies, the Pokemon that are coming in, characters that people were saying are going to be in, like Lycanroc and Mimikyu, who now we know are not going to be in. Well, Lycanroc's in the air, but whatever. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As I said before, I'll be back at 7 playing the Gothic hit Vampire. I don't have any other words. But until then, this has been Vin Wolf, and Chase, I'll let you sign yourself off.
This has been Chase Cullen. Thank you so much, guys, for listening.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you all later tonight. God bless everyone.